So as we use this time today to come to this familiar place of being with ourselves, of going within, of seeking our soul self-awareness, today I want us to think about the concept of overwhelm. When everything just gets too much. And let's start by just asking ourselves, what do I do when it all gets too much? How do I handle that experience? And how do I help myself through it? Does overwhelm for you cause you to want to shut down? To want to escape? Or to want to lash out? When we feel overwhelmed, it's just too much to process at once. And that can be really challenging to manage. Just see what your go-to reactions are. What do I do when I'm overwhelmed? Another word for that overwhelm you may just call stress. What do I do when I'm stressed? And let's imagine for a minute that stress, it's like we're in a room and it's just all on top of us. Just too much happening at once. Do you just sit on the floor and give up? Do you run around the room trying to control and create some kind of order? Or do you calmly find the door? And see if you can step aside from it, and from that doorway look into it rather than be in it. And from that different perspective, the energy field just opens up. And we go into a more expansive space rather than this restricted, stressful, closing space. And imagine from the expanded space, just calmly putting your hand to your chest and talking to yourself, saying your name and asking, what's wrong and what do you need right now? Just by having this pause and this new way of looking into a situation, we can get the answers from our soul self as to how to navigate it. And depending on what's caused that overwhelm, there may be things that we can change. It may be that you realise you are scheduling far too much into your day, or that you are carrying a lot of people that aren't your responsibility. It might be that you are trying to be perfect and do it all perfect and have everything just so you're constantly on the go, trying to keep on top of everything. It might be that you struggle to ask for help, so you have to do it all, because nobody can do it as good as you. And for all these ideas, it's just having the pause space to look in and see, what are my other options here? And if it is a case of asking for help, no, they might not do it like you. It might not be perfect, but it's freed you up, and it's good enough. And if it gives you some room, it means you can be guided by your higher self. Without room, you're just a human here scrambling around. So maybe the overwhelm is trying to teach us a new way of being, but we keep applying the old formula to the same problem. And when you remember that you are a powerful creator and you have this amazing guidance, this amazing sat navigation that is always with you, shining on you, just as the sun's shining into this pool of water here today. Then you know you're not alone. And you know this is here to teach you a new way of being. And everyone else around you might be in that loop of buying into stress, buying into overwhelm. But we're a powerful creator here. And there's always a solution to every problem. And we can change. So contemplate that now. What do I do when I'm overwhelmed? What are my go-to strategies? Are they helpful? Do they create more stress? What could I do differently to ease this so that I can find room for calmness, for peace, and for expansion? It's always so interesting to investigate a way of being and look at how we can get to choose again. So enjoy exploring this theme, see what it brings.